Hey, what's up YouTube? Brian Fagioli here, and I am unboxing something extremely cool from Logitech. This is the BRIO 4K Pro Webcam. So yes, this is a USB webcam for laptops and desktops that can transmit in 4K. So you can record in 4K, and depending on your computer and your internet connection, you could stream 4K as well. So let's go ahead and unbox this. First, I'm going to look at the box itself. Now, this is the BRIO. Now, there's two products that Logitech is selling. They're the exact same product. The camera that is branded with BRIO is in a brown box intended for business. That's what this is here. They're also selling the camera for retail in stores like Best Buy, with just the 4K Pro Webcam branding without the BRIO. It's a little confusing, but that's why this box is not very pretty. This is intended for like business. The exact same product, guys. It's the exact same thing, just a difference really in the box and the branding. So this is the BRIO 4K Pro Webcam. It will work with Windows and with Mac OS. On the side of the box here, we see some information. What's in the box? So we have, if I can get that close enough, we have the camera itself, a USB cable, a privacy shade, and a carrying pouch, as well as documentation. On the back, we see that it has a 3-year limited hardware warranty. That's pretty good, 3 years. I'm happy with that. On this side of the box, we have some information about Logitech locations, and that's pretty much it. The bottom has more information. It says, let's see, Producto, Camera Web, Maker, Logitech. Cool. So it looks like the actual model number is the V-U0040, but it is the BRIO 4K Pro Webcam. So we can see there's a piece of tape there to open up the box. I'm going to pull out my trusty knife. And I think some people have asked me what kind of knife this is. I don't know the exact model number, but it is it's a CRKT brand, and I'm trying to remember what that stands for. Is it Columbia River Knife something? It's a nice knife though. It's very well made knife. Oh, and it says on the side actually, it is a Ken Onion design, the Ripple. So this is the CRKT Ripple, which is designed by Ken Onion. Back to the unboxing, folks. So we're gonna go ahead and cut into the box. Just go across and cut tape and open her up. And the first thing we see is the webcam itself. I'm just gonna pull that out. We're gonna look at what else is in the box, okay? Okay. With this out, the box is now empty, so we'll just put that to the side for now. And let's see what we have here. Okay. This is now empty, so I'll put that to the side as well. So we have, first thing I'm gonna look at here is the setup guide. So it's pretty darn simple. It shows you to plug it in via USB, how to mount it on a display. You can also mount it on a tripod, which is really cool for professionals, and how to put the privacy shade. And I like having a privacy shade because it's a lot classier than having like a piece of tape over your webcam. You can have this privacy shade, which is easy to flip up and down, and I'll show you guys that in a little bit. So you can feel a little bit more safe in your home, that you're not being spied on through your web camera. You know, is that going to happen to you? Probably not. But you know what? You know, if you've seen the Snowden movie, you never know who's looking at your webcam. All right. So also we have here just some safety information, which, you know, who's going to be safe? All right. So this is the privacy shade itself, and I'll show that in a moment, actually using it with the camera, putting it on the camera. Inside the box, now this is interesting. I give Logitech big kudos for this. It's a really thick, nice USB-C to USB Type-A cable. And this is the first Logitech webcam that doesn't have the cable attached to the camera itself. And what's nice is the camera is uses a USB Type-C. So if you have, let's say, the new MacBook Pro, which I have, and you want to use this camera, you can use a USB Type-C to Type-C cable. This cable is packed in the box for machines that are USB Type-A, But the nice thing is you can use whatever cable you'd like. And this is kind of a long cable. So let's say you wanted a shorter cable, you wanted a longer cable. You can bring your cable to the party here, basically. Logitech has put a Type-C connector on the camera. You use whatever cable you want, but they're packing this one in case you have a Type-A connection, which most people do. If you're looking to use this with your like a Windows machine or even a Mac, most computers have Type-A, most do not have Type-C. Type-C is definitely the future, and that's why it's nice that Logitech has made the camera itself future-proof by putting Type-C on there as well. All right, what else do we have here? Looks like we have a carrying bag, which is nice. Interesting. Oh, and it is branded with Logitech. Cool. So you could stick the camera in here if you wanted to while traveling. Okay, so let's look at the really cool thing, which is the camera itself. So it comes packed in like this with this piece of styrofoam on it. I'm going to take that off, and that is the camera itself. It's a really nice smooth rubber. It feels really nice, and you can see this adjusts here. So I would probably use this mostly with a desktop, and you can kind of position this to where it's sitting on your monitor in the best way. There's a sticker on the front I'm going to peel off. Cool. And here is the privacy shade. So I'm going to show you guys having that on. So that would snap on like so, right? So now there's the privacy shade. So when you're not using the camera, now you can't be spied on, right? If some government agency or hacker has gotten into your computer, you can't be spied on, at least with the lens. The mic, of course, is always going to be open, but this privacy shade will protect your privacy. So we can see there we have the lens, which does 4K. There's an IR there as well, because this is capable of Windows Hello. So you can log into your Windows machine using this camera. It'll recognize your face. So by just gazing into the camera, it'll log you into Windows. It's very convenient. If you've used Windows Hello with a fingerprint, it's kind of the same concept, but instead of having to actually touch your finger to a fingerprint reader, it'll just detect your face. That's really awesome. Let's see. On the back, we have the Type-C port. Isn't that beautiful? The camera has no wire connected to it. You have the Type-C. So when you want to hook up the camera, you just plug in the Type-C connector. Or if you have a Type-C to Type-C, you can use that cable. But I gotta say, let me put the camera down. The camera looks amazing. I'm definitely gonna test it out and review it for beta news. The camera itself is amazing. It's like aluminum on the back. The front is plastic. It's cold to the touch. This part here is aluminum, and the part that holds it onto the monitor, it almost feels like felt. It's a rubber, but it's a really soft rubber. Whoever designed this did a really, really nice job. And this also can be removed. I believe this, I don't want to break it. I'll have to look into how to do it, but you can remove this and instead use a tripod if you want as well. You can also, looks like you can do that as well, and just position the camera like that. But I really want to give kudos to Logitech for including such a nice cable. I can just tell by holding this cable how nice it is. It's really thick. It's made out of really nice quality. And it actually says Logi right there on the cable. This is a nice cable that they've packed in. So even if you want to use USB Type-C to Type-C, this is a cable to hold on to because you can use it for other things, and it's really nice quality. Kudos to Logitech. Very cool. So once again, folks, this is the Logitech BRIO 4K Pro webcam. It's capable of recording and streaming 4K content. And in addition, it can do, and that's on a USB 3.0 port. If your computer only has a USB 2.0 port for whatever reason, you can use this as well in 1080p. And in both cases, the camera can do 1080p 60, which I gotta be honest with you folks, if you're putting videos on YouTube, I prefer 1080p 60 to 4K at 30 frames per second, okay? So it's really a matter of preference, but in my opinion, 60 frames per second with a lower 1080p is more fluid. It's better quality for YouTube. 4K at 30 frames per second is nice as well, but you know what? You really have to test it out and see. But the fluidity at 60 frames per second is really nice. So there you go, folks. This is the Logitech BRIO 4K Pro webcam. It's out right away, so you can get this now for, I believe, $199, which is a really good price for such a well-built Logitech webcam that can actually do 4K and 1080p 60, has USB Type-C, really nice materials used to build it, and I'm really looking forward to testing this out for betanews.com and doing a proper review and see how good the quality is. I'm really excited. So thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.